But we have a speech by Jasmine Johnson, which is a persuasive speech. The point of this speech is to persuade you to change your attitude or behavior. Just like I would like to persuade Josh to wear normal clothes, not be so bold himself, and stick to the script both of us.
I'm totally persuaded.
Let's welcome up Jasmine.
Washington on disability. The Washington Post from September 11, 2013 explains that he was just diagnosed with gout on top of his high cholesterol, blood pressure, and diabetes. Darren needs fruits and vegetables in order to maintain his health. Unfortunately, the area he lives in has no easy access to fresh produce. Darren's story is similar to millions of people across America who live in food deserts. Billboards.com stated on June 18, 2013, that lack of access to nutritious food continues to be a significant problem in urban areas across the country, and it contributes to high rates of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Today, I will reveal to you the phenomenon of food deserts in hopes to persuade you to promote change. I will describe why this is a problem, explain its causes, and finally offer you solutions on how to replenish these deserts in our communities. The urban food desert problem is twofold. First, the lack of access to healthy food, and second, the health issues caused by food deserts. According to the Food Empowerment Project website from October 8, 2013, a food desert can be described as a geographic area where residents' access to affordable, healthy food options, especially fresh fruits and vegetables, is restricted. They're not existent. Without access to healthy food, people are forced to eat unhealthy, high in fat and cholesterol meals that don't properly nourish their bodies. For example, a Time article from September 20, 2013 describes two researchers, Peter Menzel and Faith Delugio, who traveled the world taking photos of families next to 1 week's worth of food. They did this to show how the environment influences the costs and calories of a world's dinners. This is a photo of a family from North Carolina who live in a food desert. As you can see, the small bowl of fruit in the middle is surrounded by a large amount of processed foods, junk foods, and fast foods. And it's no wonder when a Duke University article from April 12, 2012 states that North Carolina has over 171 food deserts across 57 counties, impacting over 410,000 state residents. But this photo does not just represent a week's worth of food for North Carolina residents, but as described by PolicyLink.org on October 10, 2013, it also represents the more than 23.5 million Americans who are restricted from healthy produce. This is a very large problem that is causing very serious issues for people who live in food deserts, where food is supposed to help you and keep you strong. The food these people are forced to eat is only weakening their bodies over time and causing major health problems. Lark Galloway Gillum, a resident of a nearby food desert in Compton, California, told the LA Times on September 14, 2013, that what we see is a malnourished population. Actually, the previously cited Food Empowerment Project website gives a list of health complications such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and other dietary-related issues that affect residents of food deserts more than the rest of the American population. This doesn't just put them in a difficult situation, but it unfairly segregates them from the rest of the American community, and that they are already prone to more health issues based off of where they live. Now that we understand the problem, let's examine the causes. The urban food desert issue has two causes: the presence of more fast food restaurants than grocery stores, and socioeconomic issues in America. When you think of the desert, you think of dry, desolate, and without. Yet, that is not the case with the food desert, and that is why they are so hard to recognize. The Huffington Post explained on October 28, 2013, that while the food desert can be teeming with liquor stores and fast food chains on every corner, a grocery store with fresh, healthy produce can be as far as 20 miles away. This negatively impacts residents because they have no other choice but the unhealthy food that is nearby. Their right to choose healthy eating has been stolen from them. On top of that, socioeconomic issues add to the already frustrating dilemma. Food deserts are found in poverty-stricken areas, so while there may be a grocery store nearby, it can be too expensive for a family who uses federal benefits. Actually, an article found on the University of Georgia's website on September 15, 2013, states that people who use food stamp EBT cards are less likely to go to grocery stores in their area because they don't accept EBT. These people have to travel in order to find affordable, healthy food, yet that comes with its own problems, as described by CNN on October 11, 2013. Most of the people who live in food deserts don't have cars, some not even access to public transportation. So by the time they walk to the grocery store, they have already paid a high price for their groceries. Not to mention the additional worries of one, having to choose their items wisely in order to prevent them from melting or spoiling, as they too carry their heavy bags on the bus ride or walk back home. These are socioeconomic issues because, as described in the previously cited policylink.org, in a low-income area in Washington, D.C., 70,000 people rely on stay at a grocery store, as compared to 12,000 people per grocery store in a high-income area. Additionally, only 8% of African Americans live in an area where there is a supermarket, as compared to 31% of Caucasian Americans. An analysis of the current facts and history show that low-income areas suffer more than high-income areas, as well as areas with a large amount of minorities more than others. America's long history of discrimination continues to negatively impact our society even today. Now that we understand the problem and its causes, there are solutions on three levels: individual, community, and government. On an individual level, take action to improve the circumstances in food deserts. The previously cited CNN describes Robin Emmons, who grows food on 9 acres of land to sell or donate at half price. She started with a small personal garden and weekly donations to a nearby shelter. I have with me a small pack of seeds that you can take with you to start your own garden. If gardening is not your forte, please take a pack of seeds and give them to someone who has a green thumb. On the front is a card with a list of different organizations that are fighting to end food deserts. Take a moment to donate your time, your money, or both. Even you can help residents of food deserts gain their choice back. On a community level, the previously cited Food Empowerment Project website suggests that if you recognize that you live in or near a food desert, you can start by making sure the members of your community understand what that means and talk about ways to bring change. Educate your communities. Speak out for those who unfairly have their fates chosen for them. Tell your communities how to recognize a food desert. For example, the United States Department of Agriculture created an interactive map last updated on May 8, 2013 that shows a list of nearby food deserts when you type in an address. This is a photo of all the food deserts in the United States of America. Less than 5 miles away from here, just down Russell Street in Santa Ana, there are dozens of food deserts. Find a food desert near you and help them. You can start a community garden where you donate the proceeds. Or you can conduct a community carpool where you drive residents in the nearby community to the grocery store. On a governmental level, the previously cited LA Times describes how Compton city officials are working towards giving their residents more options. They have started a weekly farmers market that provides fresh, healthy produce at affordable prices and accepts EBT. to have persuaded you to take a stand against food deserts. By explaining this problem, discussing its roots, and finally offering you solutions, I hope that you will take matters into your own hands. As human beings, we deserve the right to choose what we eat. We deserve the right to live long and healthy and happy